Welcome to This Week in 2016 Presidential Polls, where we look past the horse race to the numbers that really matter. Here's the polling news that you need to know for the week ending October 30th. Now, two storylines are emerging this week from the most recent polls. The first, on the Republican side, has Ben Carson leapfrogging Donald Trump just as the GOP field was preparing to take the debate stage this week. Now, back in August, we visited Iowa and we found there was a lot of enthusiasm out there for outsider candidates, Carson in particular. And it seems that now those Iowa nice voters are starting to tire of Donald Trump. We know that Carson is leading in the polls, but who have Iowa Republicans absolutely ruled out? The Donald tops that list at 28%, who would never give him their support. He is closely followed by Jeb Bush at 22%. Who, by the way, had a horrible debate performance this week, and that number might even go up. At the bottom of the pack, though, only 3% of Iowa Republicans say they have totally ruled out Ben Carson. Turning to Democratic developments this week, new polls came out since Joe Biden announced that he was definitely not seeking the presidency, and Hillary Clinton's appearance in front of the Benghazi committee. In fact, Republicans at 66% were more likely than Democrats at 40% to say that they were interested and actually watched that Benghazi hearing. However, those two groups had very different perceptions of Hillary Clinton's performance. Nearly 6 in 10 Democrats who saw at least parts of the hearing say their opinion of Clinton improved. Almost none say it got worse. More independents and Republicans, though, say they got a worse impression of Clinton because of her appearance. At this point in the process, though, Clinton is much more concerned about what Democrats think. And it's worth noting that Republicans on the committee got mixed reviews. As would be expected, Democrats were overwhelmingly negative towards them, but even independents were slightly more negative than positive toward the GOP members. And among Republicans, 32% say they got a better impression of their party's congressional leadership, but 1 in 10 said their opinion had soured. That finding is pretty telling, considering that Republican voters are very dissatisfied with their party's leaders in Congress, according to the most recent polls. Now, how will these developments play out in the long run? Well, we'll have to see, but the initial reaction shows that Hillary Clinton is solidifying her lead in the Democratic race, while those outsider candidates with no political pedigree, they continue to dominate the Republican field. And those are the highlights and lowlights of this week in 2016 presidential polls. Until next time, I'm Patrick Murray from the Monmouth University Polling Institute.